Welcome everybody. Sorry for the wait, guys. I had to log back into StreamYards. Sorry if you've had a long wait. Welcome Dobby Socks. Welcome Uncle Danny. Oh, you're in chat as well. Welcome Lee or Leah. I never ever know what to call the girl. So Uncle Danny, welcome. Thank you for coming up with me. Everybody else is welcome as well if you want to come up.
Thank you.
Just chat. Everybody get in, okay?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Okay, so what you been up to? He's doing really well with his walking, guys, isn't he? I shared it on Facebook today, so he's all clicked it. Please go watch. He's doing really well. I'm so proud of you. You're such an inspiration for us all, honestly. I tend to have a wee peek. I shouldn't be on any social media at lunchtimes and things as well, but I find myself going to the loo just to have a wee scroll and see who's on, say hello to people. And I always see that you must have good timing, because a lot of the time I've just put my phone on and then a notification will come through and I'll think, oh, I'll just watch that. That's what happened yesterday. So I thought, that's really good. You're coming right. And the fact that you've put your chair away, I didn't realise you'd actually put your chair away.
Yeah, I put my wheelchair in storage and I use it no more. So
good.
I got the one just here for, but the one that I use to go out with the motor and all that, it's gone. I put it away. I don't use that no more.
Yeah.
So
have you got anywhere planned that you're going to go to then, as soon as the weather's changed?
Well, I've got for the investigations, I got 3 or 4 spots I want to go to.
Good.
And I just finished revamping Chasing Bones and Spectres. I changed a little bit of the, if you're a member, extra stuff you get to watch and stuff.
Right.
So
yeah, I've got to look forward to watching that, guys, because if you're a member of Uncle Danny's channel, he's doing a new thing where if you're a pup, is that right? You get a certain, is it tarot card reading? If you're a wolf pup den or something, you get something else. So depending on what category you're subscribe to, you get certain benefits. And that's a really good idea, because if you go live about once or twice a month, then the ones that want like a reading will be in the wolf den or something, and you'll get a free reading every month. So it's not, it's brilliant. And we extra tidbits of how he's doing.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody.
If you're a wolf pup, you get badges and stuff and custom emojis, but you can also either email me or call me on
Messenger,
Twitter or Messenger, or whatever. Or if I'm live, if you say I would like a prayer request, cinema. So then I'm gonna, like, if people have, if you're a pup or higher, you need prayer requests or whatever, I do a cinema where I do a prayer for that person and I light a candle and that.
That'd be good, honestly, amazing.
Because I think that'd be different.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
And then if you're in the wolf den, then you get that, plus you get members only videos, of course. Everybody does, but you also get, when I'm doing readings on there, instead of just 3 cards, if you say I'm wolf den, I would like my 4 direction reading, then you get the whole spread, the whole 12 cards.
Yep, that'll be good.
And
especially, it's okay.
And the top one is when I go to a new place to investigate, a brand new place or whatever, then, because I always go to a place like during the day and I walk through and I check everything out. And then I do a little raptor box just to see what spirits are around. And then I do comments or stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't put that on cinema. So what I'm going to do is when I do my first walkthroughs and stuff, if you're in that tier, if you're a member 3 state or whatever, I'm going to put that for those members only, so that they can see they can go with me on the walkthroughs as well as the investigation.
Oh, that'd be good. So. I think I'm going up a tier then. Definitely something to think about, going up a couple of tiers. Yeah, so Uncle Danny, as we know, I went to the Wallace Monument the other day, okay? I've been
Mhm.
wanting to go to it for ages to do a little walk through and just see what I could sense and different things. So the walk up was quite intense because you have to walk up the hill. So it was near enough shutting time when once we got there and things. So I decided that I would just go in quickly before it shut. So therefore I didn't ground myself. I didn't really get my breath back. And when I got to the top, I took the Wayne's way with like Liam and Zach. So they ran up the stairs and everything was fine. But as I was getting higher and higher, I just felt totally out of breath. And it's as if something really did take my breath. But see how I've been thinking about it. When these things happen to you, you think and you think and you think about where it went wrong. And I think I know where it went wrong.
Okay.
I didn't ask permission.
Yeah.
I went straight up these stairs as if, right, you will speak to me type of thing, And I should never have done that. I should have either just said a silent prayer or a silent asking, if you like, instead of just, like barging straight up. Because the kids just run straight up. So I was just behind them. But I've been really thinking about it, and the answers I've been getting is I didn't ask, you know.
Mhm.
I didn't introduce myself and I didn't ask. And I could have done it silently, guys, and the wee tour guides and things wouldn't have known because the spirits would have heard me anyway. And I think that's what it was. Because the minute I got to the top of the stairs, it was just a big you are not coming in. So do you
Yeah.
think that's a possibility then because I didn't ask?
Oh, yeah, that's a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. But keep in mind, that's been there a long time, and a lot of energy is stored in that place too, right?
Yeah,
So, being you're sensitive, you're going to feel all that,
true.
where other people aren't going to feel it, but you're going to feel it because you're in tune with it, right?
Yeah. There's a
Usually,
lot.
when I go to a place like that, there's lots of people around. I just kind of say to myself in my head, "Coming in, guys," like that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you
See,
know,
I didn't really think it was. I just assumed that getting to the top of the stairs, I could have. I mean, looking back on it, I probably would have just barged straight in as well. But looking back on it, I think if I'd got to the top of the stairs and then just grounded myself before I went in, I would have been okay.
mhm,
But I think me just barging up the stairs has got a lot to do with it, really, because I should have kind of says, right, okay, spirits, I'm here to talk to you. He's maybe even said it as I was going up the stairs, instead
mhm,
of just try to get to the top because I did. And I think it was Brother Louis said that he did see, there's a certain bit in the video where I swing round and he said, you can see the blackness, it's like really is dark as if there is like a kind of blackness there, just as a guard, maybe even. Because think about it, William Wallace's sword's in that room at the top of these stairs.
mhm.
So it's maybe something that's protecting his sword. It could even be him.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like I say, I mean, if you think on the lines that people can be attached to their favorite items or
Yeah.
the most important item that they had, it would only make sense that he would attach himself to a sword.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Uh, Spirits can attach themselves to dolls. They can attach themselves to a key, to an ornament, to a location. So why wouldn't William Wallace attach himself to a sword?
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, I think he was supposed to be pretty tall as well, and he was quite big. So, I mean, it could have been him. It maybe even took offence to my pentagram or something. You just don't know. But it
No,
was really looming.
yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you gotta remember, different spirits from different times are gonna have different beliefs.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you gotta also remember you're going into their house, and if you're
Yeah.
barging in, and like coming to talk to them and stuff like that, that's not being rude,
Yeah.
but you don't walk into someone's house and start talking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not like you're being rude or anything, but um, it's not very formal either. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Usually, when I'm walking up to a cemetery or something, I'm kind of talking to the spirits in my head, like, I hope you make me feel welcome. Hi, guys, that type of thing. Like I'm coming in, and it's kind of like a process. But there, I didn't do any of that, my usual. I just kind of assumed I would do all that at the top of the stairs, you know. So I didn't prepare. But next time I'll definitely go back because I wouldn't let it put me off, if you like. I wasn't prepared that day, but I will ground myself next time and I'll take time at making myself introduced to things before I even go in. So that'll be okay the next time. It's just that I think I kind of ruined it with just assuming I could walk in these places and say and do what I like, because I did have a bit of right get in here because the place was closing. So I had said to the lady at the front desk, is it all right if we go in? And she's like, aye, I've got like 40 minutes. So I was like, right, come on, hurry up. So I didn't ground myself. So it's silly, but it's all a learning curve, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what too though, like even people that have been doing it for a long time, if they don't do something they normally do
Yeah.
before an investigation, there's always an afterbite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just something you learn to do. You know, just like any other thing, any other skill.
Yeah.
Investigating is a skill. You
For
know,
sure.
and you have to learn. You have to learn the skill. I mean, and you might know lots of stuff, but then you're going to forget a couple of things that you normally do.
Energy, guys, if you have never felt it, it's so intense sometimes, honestly. You just feel it. And it's like a brick wall.
Yeah, it'll set everything off if you don't. You know, when you start doing things different than what you're not normally doing, it's going to set the whole thing off, right?
Yeah.
So.
Mhm. Yeah, I just didn't prepare myself enough, I think. But wait till you see the lovely video I've got at the cemetery up at the castle. It's a really good, and I spend a good 20-25 minutes in the cemetery showing you all around and everything. And it's weird because that cemetery I always thought was next to Edinburgh Castle for some reason in my brain. And I never ever went. The last time we went to Edinburgh Castle and we were allowed up, I says, we'll need to go down to the wee cemetery. And my mum had said, what are you talking about? The cemetery's Greyfriars. And I've been thinking, no, the one down next to the castle. And it wasn't until I went to Stirling Castle I realised that it was at that castle, the big cemetery is at the bottom of the hill. And it's beautiful, guys. What you see, it's like a big mausoleum thing with a big statue and things in it, a woman and her two wee lassies. It's lovely. Yeah, so you like that. Welcome, little Dave and Mom. Welcome, Doris, sis. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody else got any opinions. Did you watch the video? Did you get any opinions of what you thought it at the top of these stairs? Because it was crazy, guys.
Hey, Marco. I think it was a combination.
Marco.
I think it was a combination of it all. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. When I thought about it, though, I did kind of think, wait a wee minute, you didn't really do it respectively in the first place, because I was kind of getting to the top of the stairs and I thought that I would just do the process that I usually do, like kind of say, okay, spirits, my name is Andrea, I'm coming in. And because tourists swear about, I would have said all this in my brain, you know. Anyway, let's
Toby's got a sock.
Nobody got a sock on. You got a new sock.
Toby got a new sock.
Yeah, look, Sparkles want to say hello again.
Hey, Sparkle.
You said hello.
Hey, Sparkle.
Right, go. Yeah, guys, I gave her a look and she just goes up the stairs. Wait, you see this? Watch this, guys.
I'd go up the stairs too, damn it.
I go up, she goes up and she never comes back down. That's her, she'll go up and not come back.
Yeah, me too.
She just, I think she feels that, right, okay, it's time to go. Yeah, so what I was going to talk to you all about as well, guys, is would you like me to go and visit all the different places where the witch trials were, if I can locate certain places? Would that be interesting?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about trying to locate the different places where they got burnt at the stake or whatever. Do you know any places up where you used to come for, Uncle Danny? It was Falkirk way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You used to come for. Do you know anywhere up there?
Not really. I mean, if I was there, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But to tell how to get there, no, not like I can walk
I'll do that then, guys, right? There's a magazine in the shop and it's got like all the different touristy places in Scotland and things. And I was thinking about getting it and ticking places off and doing that as well because my mum and dad is willing to take me places because I can't get out anywhere. And during the week as well, my mum's off during the week and things the same as me. So we can get different places there as well. So I wanted ideas. Go to Horse Heath. There's a story. It's where my ancestors were. Oh, I will. I'm going to put that. I'll definitely look that up.
Yeah, I sent you a list a while back of all the different places
Right.
on Messenger.
Right, okay, I'll probably have it there then,
If you
because
check
you were
out,
talking to me last week about somewhere that's close to me, and I was thinking about it, and I'm thinking, is it close to me here in West Mahego?
yeah,
Right, okay. That'll be interesting then.
yeah, it's very close.
I'll need to research it and see what I can come up with. See, there was rumours of witches around Lanark area and up Douglas Way as well.
Yeah,
But there was
Lanark,
always
Douglas, Leadenhall, Stone, over at Stone.
right.
And there was one other one. Can't remember now, right now.
Yeah, I'll definitely have a look, Uncle Danny. I mean, especially our Staines Way, because if over that direction you've got another couple of castles and you've got the asylum and things, it's over that way. So I'll definitely do a couple of videos in that direction. Also Oban, but Oban is quite far from here. So it would have to be like a full day going up to Oban, leaving in the morning and going away up and back down. So even we were thinking about going a weekend somewhere just as an overnight. So I'm trying to talk Liam and that into doing Oban. Because I've got a mausoleum thing up there. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what? When I get there, I'm gonna go to like 5,000 places anyway. So
Well, there is one castle I am not doing until you come. And it's that one that sits on it's like I don't even know what it's called. It sits on like the hillside. It's in the
Oh,
road.
okay.
So I'm going to leave that one for you coming.
Yeah, yeah. Wait for me for that one.
Yeah, because I think that's going to be the theory resistance if you think about it, because it's one of the ones that sits up. It's no hard to get to because of the way that it's all situated, but when you're coming up the coastline in Scotland, you can see it for the coastline and it's beautiful. So we walked at one time, we were up a run up that way and we found a dog's lead. And that's how we always recognise it, because I always say to my mum, the one where we found the dog's lead. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely. So I'll keep that one for when you come, because that's an amazing big place.
Yeah,
Or
we'll go to my family's place too.
yeah.
Up there.
Where was that again? Did you say you were from Falkirk direction, Uncle Danny?
Well, you know where the Ferguson Castle is?
No, really, no. What one's that?
Well, I'll show you when I get there.
Okay, no problem. Sure, definitely. And there's still a couple of castles in Scotland that you can stay in. So if Liam and Willie's willing to, I'll go and stay in a couple that's further up as well.
Yeah,
It's not too
I think our family castle still has you can stay for the weekend and stuff or
right. Uh-huh.
whatever. So
Yeah, it
if
probably will
that's the
be.
case, if that's the case, we'll book a couple of rooms for the weekend and just
Sure.
they got the kitchens open and everything's open there.
Yeah.
And then they got like a little bar on the far side, and then they got let's see, there's the bar on this side, and then there's like a little dining hall thing, and then there's the dance floor room.
Oh wow, that'd be
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
I mean there's a lot of cool stuff there. So
My big brother got married in the Catlin Bridge Hotel, and I always thought that was a castle, but I never stayed in it. And I've always said I'd love to stay in an old castle, just for the experience of it and see if you can hear anything and things. I think it'd be a brilliant experience, honestly.
Christina,
Christina. Oh, when I did send it. No, that's it sent. Yeah,
yeah,
so
my Uncle Connor used to always say, "Oh, I love to put people in the round room upstairs, right?" He says, I love that," and I don't know where he got this idea from. Probably somebody else, but um, he says because people will rent the rooms, right? And they'd come down in the morning, and he'd be making the breakfast and everything else, and he'd turn around, and whoever was staying in the round room, he'd say, "How was your sleep last night?" And they'll say something like, "Oh, I slept great." And he goes, "Did you now? Oh, that's great." And, and they'll go, what do you mean? He says, "Oh, normally we get people asking for a new room by the first night, but that's all right."
So you probably used it.
And then the second one when they came down, you know that shit you're talking about, yeah? Oh, last night I was sleeping and I felt the bed shift. He goes,
You always assume you're going to hear like the clunk, the click of the which got the armor in, didn't you? I will be like that. Where's the
yeah,
armor?
is that the armor movement? So yeah, but he used to have lots of fun with tourists.
That'd be brilliant. Slipping wee notes under their bed, under their door, and things.
Yeah, but he used to play with them all the time, and they get.
That'd be funny. Hi,
And
Phoenix. Sis. Phoenix, does any of you want to come up?
Hey, Phoenix, how you going?
We're just having a chit chat tonight. Nothing too heavy, just shooting the breeze, as they say.
That's it.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see where you've all got to go. I mean, Shelley, you going anywhere with Shelley and things? Guys, you need to check out Shelley's channel, Thunder Bay Paranormal. It
Yeah,
always amazes me that she never gets as many views as she should. Check out Thunder Bay's Paranormal, guys, please. If she
yeah,
wasn't, I would love to get her up, but she just doesn't do much. She live streaming and things, guys. She just likes to go out there investigations and put them up as videos. So please check her out. Okay, she probably watches us, but she just doesn't like to come up and things. So
yeah. No, she don't do that.
check her out, please, guys. Okay,
But
she's amazing.
if everything goes well, I'm actually going with her on investigation tomorrow. I think.
All
And
right,
it's
good.
a very cool location. So
Yeah, good. I hope so. Yeah, brilliant to see them.
I won't say any more because it's not up for.
No, don't say anymore because if she's
Hey,
not
Felix.
advertised at that, but
Hey,
that'll
guys.
be good then. Yeah, definitely check out Shelley's channel, Thunder Bay Paranormal. I've not got the links on this computer, guys, or I would share it. What else have we got? So I'll definitely do that for you then, okay? I'll go to some old castles and things. I'll go to some witchy spots.
Yeah.
There was something else I was going to do. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Take the Edinburgh tour. I was talking to my mum about it last week on the way home from Edinburgh, and I'd said if I'd got there earlier, I would have took the tour just to show you. So I'll take the tour in Edinburgh and
Oh,
show
that'd be
you.
cool.
Okay, that'll be cool. There was other places I was going to go as well. Can't remember where. That's what I wanted to find out where you actually came from because I was going to do like little vlogs of where you were from and it'll tempt you over more.
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven. Okay, we'll go there as well, right? And Sanker. Dobie said Sanker Castle, so we'll definitely go to Sanker Castle. Sanker's not that far for me, to be honest, so we could do that on a Sunday afternoon. And I'll go live and let you see the place again, Dobie. Dobie's old haunting ground. It'll be good for you to see. So yeah, I've got that coming. But you'll love the video of the old cemetery up at the castle. We couldn't get into the castle. Well, we could have went in, but we would have only had, I think, an hour to walk around. And the guy said that you need about an hour and a half to walk around Stirling Castle, maybe 2. So I said we'd go back in August when the tourists calm down a little and we'll go a walk around, okay? So we'll do that as well. Stirling Castle's actually got a creepy connection to us, my family. My mum has got a weird connection to it down the line somewhere, and she dreams about it and everything. She feels as if she's actually been there at some point in her background and her history and things. My big brother drew the castle for her, and she always feels drawn to it. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of places like that that's in the bloodlines, eh?
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
you'll always be drawn to anything that's bloodline related. So
Yeah. As to my mum always used to love walking around it. Now she couldn't really walk it anymore. When she ended up with COVID, it kind of made her a bit. She was bad with her lungs anyway. She's got COPD, but after COVID, it's made her more floored. So
Mhm.
she can't even walk around it anymore. But when the summer comes and the tourist goes, if she'll do it, which she's very stubborn, she might not. I'll tell her to sit in the wheelchair and I'll push her around because she loves the place. Honestly, she loves it.
Tell her that Uncle Danny said she has to go and she can hold the camera while you push her around in the
Well,
chair.
exactly. There, she could do that. She's very prideful. She wouldn't get. She even still works, guys, and she's like a penguin, honestly, and she just will not give her work up. She just will not do it.
So that's it. Just tell her, okay, you got to be my camera person. So you sit
Yeah,
here, I'll push
exactly.
you, and you know.
That's a good idea. I'll just say, look, if you sit there, then you can hold the camera.
Yeah, then you can hold the camera for us so we can take all the views and stuff.
Yep, yep. So what else have I got coming up? Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you. This is the big thing I was going to share. Okay, I am going to be part of a podcast, a real podcast where it's just the mics, no YouTube or nothing, no video in it. A real podcast where I think it's a Saturday afternoon. He said. So I've got a few people that I've got a few ideas for it. I think I've to fill 2 hours. So I've got a few ideas about. I'll pick the subjects and I'll get people in as discussing certain things. Okay, so therefore it'll be maybe 2 hours, but all of you will only stay 2 hours. You know, like I'll have some of you on for 20 minutes or a half an hour or something and talk about things. So that'll be really good, guys. And I'm going to a meet and greet in September down in England to the haunted, where is it? Antique store.
Oh,
Doing all that as well. That's in September, so that's all set in stone. I just need to book my tickets. So that'll be really good, guys. I've never been to anything like that before.
no, that'd be fun.
There's a few people for I don't even know the programs on the telly because I don't watch normal telly, but there's a few people there seemingly that's on a couple of the haunted programs and things. So that'll be interesting to meet them and see if they'll maybe talk to me and things, and I can get a couple of wee sentences out of them. So we'll see. But it's exciting because it means that I get to meet a lot more teams.
That's
So a
it.
lot more people interviewing things. So that'll be good. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. That'll be interesting. So just working and things, guys. That's how I've not been really on. I've just been working and trying to get out as much as I can, really.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, sweetly, hi.
Yeah, I got lots of cool stuff I want to get doing.
Good.
Tomorrow I'm gonna go get some oil for me lawnmower, and I'm gonna cut the bloody grass, and then I'm gonna get a weed whacker and clean out the grove.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Just take your time doing it, though. Don't
Oh yeah, no, I'm
overwork
gonna
it.
take my sweet time because it's
Nah, definitely. Especially in the heat. Is it hot over there just now?
well, it's starting to get warm now. Yeah, so
Yeah. Same here.
it's got like right now the grass is up to my waist.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, good for the cows and things.
yeah, it's
So
good for the cows. You know, I don't have a cow, so
we'll go hire one. Tell
yeah,
one of the farmers to get in a cow for a day. It'll be
that's
all
it. You
gone.
know, hey, can I get a couple of sheep over here?
Why not?
Clean up my yard, you know. But no,
It'd be good if you could do that, wouldn't it?
wouldn't that be nice? You know, just give animals.
Go up a sheep.
Yeah, but then they chew all the flowers and the plants and the trees too.
Well, true. You would have to watch what they ate. They'd probably eat our grove, so don't.
Yeah, so they did, you know, they did all the stuff in the
Hi,
grove. So.
professional. We're just shooting the breeze tonight. We're getting to know everybody and just talking about some crazy places we're going to go to.
ABBR.
I would love, what know where I would love to see you do again? Do you remember you went to the water and you were healing it? Remember that? I'd love to go there again just to see it if it's calmed down and to see the difference. Now you tried to heal the place, you know.
Oh yeah, I could go there.
Go there and let us see it nice and calm now because Uncle Danny had to go and kind of do a little offering and a peace, kind of make the peace with the river, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
River was basically upset about a few things. So, but Uncle Danny did an offering and things. So it'd be nice to see how calm it got now.
What I liked about it, what was pretty cool was when I was doing it. When I started, you could see how rough it was, and you
Yeah,
know it felt angry. But then by the time I left, the
yeah,
water had calmed right down, and you could see it on the cinema that the
yeah.
water's relaxed, and stuff. And
That amazes me. See, when you do things like that and you just see the difference, it really does amaze me. It reminds you why you do this type of thing. I'm not talking about the ghost hunting, I'm talking about the working with the candles and the working with the oils and working with different offerings and things to the spirits and the ancestors and things. It makes such a huge difference, I think, in your life if you just give a little back.
oh yeah, I mean that's one thing that I always figure. Like if you're going into a place, how hard is it for you to bring an orange?
Yeah, I'm going to
You know,
start doing that
cut it in
again.
four, an apple or something, and a
Yeah.
little thing of water, and put it for the spirits. You know, and
Hmm.
just say, "Here's an orange. Use the energy from this orange instead of draining my batteries.
Yeah.
Here's an orange, and it's got food and drink. Because if you go to someone's house, you know, it's
Well, yeah, yeah.
it's
You usually take a bottle of wine or something, don't you, if you're going for dinner or something?
yeah.
So,
Sometimes you bring a little something to eat to
yeah,
people. Or someone invites you for supper. Don't you normally bring something because you don't want to show up empty-handed?
that's
So
that's it.
why go to a spirit's house empty-handed? Why not bring them an orange or at least a glass of water?
Yeah,
You know?
true. There was another place you did. You went and you healed the tree. Remember, the tree was starting to die, and you
Yeah.
gave it the back, or you gave it an orange, half an apple, half an orange, half an apple, and you gave it tobacco. I think it was.
Yep.
So we need to go back and see the difference there as well.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh, Actually, that place.
Closing Castle, Sean, yeah. Closing Castle, sorry.
Uh, actually, I went back to that place. I was just there. I should have took a cinema. I never even thought about it.
Right,
I was there about 2 weeks ago, and you can't actually walk into there now because the trees
Oh,
have all grown up around it.
well, there you go. This shows you did it then, didn't it?
Yeah, but because there was nothing could grow
There
there,
was
right?
nothing ever.
Nothing could grow there. But now there's all kinds of small trees and stuff. So I'll go back there. Maybe I'll go
So
tomorrow.
what causes that, Uncle Danny? What causes the land to start to die off? Is it kind of get depressed? I know it sounds silly, but does the land kind of start to get depressed and
It
kind
can
of
be
fade
that.
away and things?
It can be that. It can be bad rituals done in an area can taint the land, and it's
Right,
when it's when nature is turned. Usually,
right,
that's when that happens. Like if like ancient burial sites. Okay,
uh-huh,
for instance, um, once a month for if it's a true uh, burial zone. Okay, once a month, someone's supposed to go there, and they bring food and water for the spirits and for the elements and everything else, and they put out a
right,
little spread, you know,
right, uh-huh,
for a couple of hours or whatever. And then they clean up the mess and they take it away or whatever.
right,
It seems to appease everything. But
yeah.
like a couple that I worked on, people just stop doing that, and then they wonder why the place gets so dark, eh?
Well,
Right? And a lot of bad stuff. So I go there and I cleanse it, and I get the people to start doing that stuff again, and they have never had no more problems. So I
yeah,
think a lot of it is the spirit is a strange thing. Like one human spirit's like a nuclear reactor. I mean, it's so strong, right?
right,
But everything has spirit. If it lives, it has a spirit. I don't care if it's a
true,
blade of grass or if it's
uh-huh,
a human being or if it's a cow. You know,
yeah,
everything has a spirit, right?
yeah, for sure.
Everything has energy. So, if you look at a spirit as energy, everything has energy, so it should be respected.
Yeah, that's true. I just think it's amazing though that I mean, there's other cinemas and things that you've done. I mean, elementals fascinate me. Just to let you know, okay, it's something that I always thought was scary. I always heard like elementals do this, elementals do that, and it's completely the wrong perception that they are for what I thought they were. Am I right in saying that the elementals really don't bother with us whatsoever unless we basically annoy them?
Yeah. Well, let's, this is my experience. It's not written in stone, okay? This is just my own experience, okay?
Uh-huh.
Elementals don't give two shits about us, okay? Normally.
Uh-huh.
You gotta think, they were here when the planet was created. The
Yeah.
very first day, elementals were here, okay? Before Adam and Eve, before angels and devils, before anything, the first thing born on this planet were the elementals.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They've been here millions and millions and millions of years. We've been here for a blink of an eye, human beings.
Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
To them, we're dust on the shirt. We're lint, like get off there, That's pretty much all we are, right?
And that
We haven't been here long enough. We haven't been here long enough that they'd really pay much attention to us. Unless you go out into the elements and you cause a bunch of destruction, guess what? You got their attention.
Right.
Right? You tear down a whole bunch of forests. You build yourself a workshop or a winery or a lumber yard or a junkyard. Never say thank you for the land and just waste all that material. Yeah, they're going to be pissed off at you, right?
Yeah.
But if you go there with respect and say, listen, I'm going to cut this patch out. I'm going to build all this stuff, and try to make a little. But I'm going to replant. For every tree I take down, I'll replant one somewhere else for you, right? You're going to have the best shop and make the most money in the world because they're going to bless you because you still care about them, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone came to my house and knocked down my house and decided they were going to put a new house on there,
Exactly.
I'd be pretty pissed. You know what I mean?
So
I'd be pretty pissed off with that idea, right? So,
plus, if you explain to them that the wood you're taking the tree for, you're going to build something, they would probably, as you say, if you replace the tree with another tree, they would probably be happy knowing that they're helping you, like in your daily life and things.
So, like I've always said, if you do nice things for the elements, they're going to notice that and they're going to give you blessings. If you do bad things for them, you're going to have a shitty day. Simple as. Right?
That's why it amazes me that some of the forests and things in England are so haunted. I sit and think of these things at night and it makes me not be able to sleep. It all goes through my head, like, why? Because any woodland I've ever been in has always been peaceful. It always feels like a fresh, sunny day, if you like. So all these haunted locations, forests and things down in England, I dare say there's some in Scotland as well, or all over the world, but it amazes me why it could get so haunted. But as you say, it's people actually doing silly things or bad things, or the land being fought on, or fought for.
There's some haunted forests where people go, once you get 3 or 4 people killing themselves within a 5-mile radius, that's a lot of negative energy, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the forest that's haunted, it's the spirits that killed themselves there that are haunting the forest, right?
True.
So it's not like the forest itself is what's haunted. It's the people that did bad things and died there that are haunting the forest. You know what I mean?
I get it. It just always amazes me because I've never ever felt anything negative in any forest. So I'll be interested to see when my first haunted forest I go to as well. I think I'll just need to be very grounded and take some offerings. I'll take a couple of oranges for sure that day.
Well, I've gone to lots of different places supposed to be haunted forests, right? I've gone to lots of places. I never have trouble. Ever.
Right.
Like except for the Highwayman Trail. I mean, they're a bit nasty throwing ice at me, but
A bit.
Astro sorted that out real quick, so I didn't really have to worry about it. But
Astro to the rescue.
But there was normally I don't have any troubles because it's all about respect,
No, I get it, yeah.
And a lot of times it is when your spirit guide's with you, if there's real negative spirits and you got your spirit guides and stuff with you and your protectors, a lot of times they won't go near you anyway, just because they don't want to be bothered with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it. It. I mean, do you think that because of the see, there was I think it must be the Witches Woods, I think it is, where they walk up round the side and they actually found I think it's a Roman fort, like a really, really old, like the ground bit is still there for an old Roman fort. So that's obviously got a lot to do with why the place is so haunted because of the battles and things that was there.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. When the land gets tainted by people,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and that's usually the main cause of it anyway. But when it gets tainted, that invites everything, right?
Uh-huh.
Like if you got a tainted land, well, why wouldn't a Wendigo come and stay there, right?
Mm.
And why wouldn't the bad spirits that died or caused the problem in the first place be stuck there?
Right. So can you do anything with that land? Is that the type of land where you have to just leave it? That
Well,
it's not really curable?
no, everything you can, but it just depends how much work and effort,
Right.
because
Going over and over again.
over and
Right.
over and over and
Right.
over and over.
Uh-huh.
I've never really seen too many places. There are a few. There are a few that are so tainted that nobody wants anything to do with it. So,
Right. Uh-huh.
just best to leave them alone. There are lots of places that it's not even worth trying because, especially places like that are famously haunted.
Uh-huh.
Okay, like Mackey's, for example. Okay,
Oh,
forget
exactly.
about it. Forget about it. You're never gonna. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna cleanse that place.
No.
You'll cleanse
No.
it, and it'll be clean for a half hour. But the problem is, millions and millions and millions of people know and believe it's haunted. Soon as you clean it out, they all go, "It's haunted." They all come right back, right? Because millions of people keep that door open. How do you close a door? Like, how could you possibly close a door when millions of people believe? And belief is what makes everything happen.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. For
You
sure.
got, you
Uh-huh.
got millions of people believe a place is haunted. Guess what? It's always going to be haunted. It'll never
Yeah,
not be haunted,
definitely.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's way too much energy going into it being haunted, right? You're
Can I
never.
always see 30 East Drive, for example, over here? I think it's been done that many times. The spirits are there's only certain people get a reaction out of 30 East Drive
Mhm.
and the ancient Ram Inn. And it's one of the most famous locations in Britain. And I think it's because there's that many people went into the place that it now knows the energies of people. So it knows what ones that'll react.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So no
Oh
everybody
yeah.
gets a reaction out of these places. And I think that's why.
Oh yeah. I mean, like that's why, like a person that goes into, let's use grave fires. That's a good example, actually. People who are respectable go into grave fires. You never have a trouble. You never
Hmm.
have problems. People that go in there and be pushy get scratched, bitten, pushed, thrown downstairs,
Yeah.
have shit land on them, big shadows chase them. But they're shitheads. They're
Yep.
acting like a bunch of jerks, right?
Yeah.
Spirits are like, screw you, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. They
uh,
know they want something to happen. Uh-huh.
yeah, they want it to happen, so they're more than happy to oblige. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, hey,
For sure. Uh-huh. You know.
you
It's
want this?
crazy though. I would rather spend an hour or two in a place trying to connect to the spirits, getting a communication out of them, than trying to than spending 10 minutes in somewhere where you're going to just get scared out.
Yeah,
Why
right.
not get to know the spirits and build up a rapport
Well,
and go back time after time?
reason the reason for that is views. If you go to a place and something drastic happens, your cinema goes with views. You go there and you got nice communication, everything else. Your cinemas go up like this, but you go there and you get some bad reaction. Your cinema goes boing, right? It's all about the views. I mean, in my opinion, for me, I'd rather go to a place. I don't get many views. I don't really give a damn.
No, I don't care. I just want to put out whatever experience is. I don't even edit hardly.
I just want to do what I do, enjoy what I do, and as long as I'm enjoying myself, I'll keep putting content out. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not I'm not doing it for any other reason other than the fact I love to do it. You know what I mean? So, and that right there, that attitude right there changes your whole attitude on investigating too. So,
Yep. I mean, as I'm just talking to Dobie about in the chat just now, I mean, all the different places we went to as kids, my mum and dad always took us a run every Sunday, unless my dad was working away or something. But they always took us a run every Sunday, and I'm talking about all the different places we went to, and I never ever appreciated them. She's talking about like a Drawson Castle and different places. And my mum was talking about a place that they were a couple of years ago with wee Zach. He was just a baby. I think Billy was still alive. And they went to is it Jedburgh Jail or somewhere? It's some jail. That was put in my brain again. It's some jail. And I was thinking I'd love to go to the jail. So jails, what do you think about the especially the old jails, Uncle Danny? What do you think that kind of is haunts they type of places? Because technically nobody's died in a jail really. Usually you're in, you're out. A couple of maybe drunkards or whatever, a couple of things maybe happen. There's deaths and things. So why is jail so haunted? Is it that oppression? Maybe.
well, yeah, it's the negativity. Like you think about, let's look at a jail. You got hatred, anger, violence, love,
Right.
romance, togetherness, hateful togetherness. There are deaths because of the jail. You know,
Yeah.
there's suicides.
Inverary. That's Inverary, yeah.
Depending on the jail, there's suicides. There's murders by other inmates.
Mm-hmm.
Some jails have had hangings and stuff like that. You got all this. It is supercharged with emotion. You know,
True.
even
True.
you got a couple of guys that fall in love. You know, whatever. You got that emotion in. There's every single emotion you can think of in jail.
Yeah. But see the relief you feel when you're getting out. See that happiness. Could that never ever say, for example, there was 10 people died, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, in that jail. But there's all the millions of people that gets in and gets released. Think of the joy they feel when they're being released. Would that never ever take over that negative feeling? You know what I mean? Would it no outweigh the balance, if you like, ever?
No, because the joy ain't gonna happen till they're past the gates.
Well, true. Oh, true.
Right?
True. See,
They're going to be worried. This is just a trick. I'm going to get thrown back in jail. It's going to be worse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
emotions are going to be higher until they actually get past those gates. Then they're going to go,
True.
I'm free. Right?
Boundaries. Uh-huh.
So it's all combined within the walls of the jail or within the property of the jail. Right?
Right.
And all that energy is stuck there.
Uh-huh. Right. Okay.
And now there's
That's the kind of thing that keeps me awake at night, thinking, well, would you not think that the more positive, the more like excited energy getting out, positive energy, do you not think that would weigh up the bad? This is the kind of thing that keeps me awake at night.
yeah, no, because you're not going to be positive until your feet are out of that
True.
jail.
Yeah, I
Right?
didn't think of that. It's sort of do with the boundary, isn't it? Really,
Right?
when you
So it's
think
got
of
its
it.
boundaries, right? And
Right.
then on top of that, you know, a lot of spirits are there that die. Like even if they've got released, say they killed a couple of people, they
Uh-huh.
die, they get snapped back to the jail, right?
Right.
Through like a rubber band,
Mhm. Right.
because they're still full of guilt. They're still full of all the other stuff, right? So they go back to jail. But in their, who knows? Maybe they're thinking either I got to spend eternity at that stupid jail or go to hell.
Well, that's it. That's why that's why I keep trying to say this to people. That is why a lot of people don't cross over. It's that fear of judgment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's being judged, and it's not just, it's just not a Christian thing. It's not just judge. You know, the universe judge.
Yep.
The
Yep.
universe has its own judgment, right? So, even people who don't believe at all, atheists and stuff like, just for lack of things. But Buddhism's different. People believe
Mhm.
reincarnation is different, you know.
Ah, yeah.
But even they don't want to get judged because even with reincarnation, are you going to come back as another human being or are you going to be a dog this week, because you were a dog in life, right? So I think a lot of times it's about fear. Why people are stuck there is because they're afraid to go anywhere, and that's not just jail. That's everywhere. Like sometimes it's just too scary to take that next step.
Right. See, I think if I had still been in drug addiction when I died, I don't think I would have crossed over. I think I would have felt the guilt. I would have felt would have stopped me,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think I would have. I would have been too scared that really was a sin, and that I would be too scared to cross. There's a lot of things I think stops people. I think that is why it's important to communicate with spirits after, even just the normal spirits of your families, because sometimes they are so scared to take that next step.
Exactly. I'll be right back. I gotta take a break.
Yeah, no problem. So what you all saying, guys? Have you've got anywhere you're going to be going or anything? Who have we all got? Let's say hello to everybody. Welcome, Dobby Socks, again. We can chat after the live, sis. 10 minutes. I'm going off at 11, 12. Okay, we're going to get 10 minutes and we'll chat for an hour if you like. I'm off tomorrow, guys, so I'm on all weekend, though, so there'll not be any investigations this weekend because I'm working. But I'll be putting out my video on the Stirling Cemetery probably tomorrow, because that was 3 days. I'm trying to give every video 3 days. Yeah, I think it'll be worth the travelling, Dobie. My mum was wanting to go on Sunday there. That's how we ended up at Wallace Monument, but my mum didn't feel too well. So my dad said, oh, come on, I'll just take you to Stirling. So that's how we ended up in Stirling. We were going to be going to Inverary Jail. Last weekend, the weekend that we ended up in Edinburgh, we were trying to find an old asylum. And we did find it. What's it called? Annie something in Edinburgh. It's an old asylum. And something. But we did find it, but it's all under construction, so they wouldn't let us in. There was security guards and things all there. It's all fenced off. So hopefully, welcome back, Uncle Danny.
Thank you, dear.
We're only got 10 minutes anyway. I was just coming on for a quick hour to say hello and things. I was saying that I'm going to go to Inverary Jail. We were meant to go to Inverary Jail on Sunday there, but my mum wasn't feeling too well. So we ended up in Stirling. So I will be going to Inverary Jail in the next couple of weeks. It is worth the travelling, I would think. It is quite far for us, though. I think it's about an hour and a half drive, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good fun. Yep. So where have you all got to go, Uncle Danny, to promote your channel and things before we get going?
Well, I gotta go to. I'm trying to get into an old mill.
Oh, that'll be good.
So it's looking pretty good. Like I might actually be able to get it finally set up.
Good.
Lots of red tape.
Probably.
But trying to get into the red tape. Trying to get into the mill. I'm going to go back to the train trestle.
Oh, that'll be good.
I'm going to that new river that I found that I wanted to get to.
Wait, I'll let her out. 2 seconds. I'll let this dog out or she'll just
I'm going to be going to the falls. And I'll go back to that river where I did the blessing. Yeah, so I got a few places lined up anyway. So that's going to be pretty cool.
That'll be good. Good then. And Interesting. I just hope she doesn't bark because it's dark outside now. I'll be getting in trouble with my neighbours if she barks. So that'll be good then, Uncle Dan. Right, Templar. We're just going away. You come in at the last minute.
Hey, Templar. Yeah, so
that'll be good, Uncle Dan.
Jason Bones and Spectres channel. I got lots of stuff coming up. It's going to be very fun. A lot of fun stuff coming up.
Definitely. So we'll get it all shared out, guys. When he puts it up, please start sharing. Get it shared out and get him up in views on his Danny Wolf. Is it the Danny Wolf? Not Danny Rebuilds, isn't it?
No, Danny Wolf channel on.
Danny Wolf, get that one out as well, guys, please.
Yeah, that's the one I'm trying to get my strength back to do a strongman competition.
Yep.
I'm going to do it. It's just
we'll do it.
You know.
Yep.
So I
Oh,
got,
I loved the one that you put out. I watched it today, but I think it was yesterday you did the video. And it's the one where you were comparing where you were 6 months ago to now.
mhm, yeah.
It's amazing. It's you have to watch it, guys. I shared it on my Facebook. Get a watch because it does. Because you do feel like giving up sometimes, so you do have to look back. That's why it's important to keep diaries and things. I think because when you look back, you do see the difference in yourself.
Well, yeah, and that's the best motivation when you're starting something new or you're trying to, no matter what it is. For me,
Uh-huh.
it's getting my health back. Okay,
Yeah,
but no matter what it is, the best motivation is to say, look back and see what you could do 6 months ago to what you can do today, what you did 3 months ago, 2 months ago, you know, and see how far you've come in the proper direction. Because a lot of times when you're looking, like myself, where I want to end up is far, far away right now, right?
mhm.
So it can be overwhelming when you think of your mind gets in this state where you think, well, so far, and I got all this to do and all that to do, and you can really put yourself in a bad spot real quick.
Mhm.
But you got to stop that immediately and then look the other way. How far
Yeah,
have I come?
for sure.
Right.
Mhm.
And when you realize the achievements that you have made towards your goals, when you realize all that effort that you put in, all the work you put in, you don't want to waste that. You want to
Yeah,
make it more. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So then set yourself a goal. Say, okay, what is it going to be like in 2 months? Right? Like, you know, 8 months ago, I couldn't lift 30 pounds up off the floor because I was in my wheelchair.
Yeah.
Right? Then I got to 50. Then I got to 100. Right now, I just got my best deadlift is 180. Right?
And you did your back when you were trying to lift it, and you never ever could do it with your straight back, and now you can do it doing your straight back
Yeah.
as well.
And now I can do it with my straight back. My back's gotten stronger. I'm able to
Yeah,
keep my back straighter. And
amazing.
180 pounds off the floor, you know, 200's next, right? That was my first goal was to get to 200, and that's only 20 away, right? So, I mean, when you think about the differences from then till now, that's what you got to focus on.
Yeah,
And then say, okay,
sure.
in the next
Mhm.
2 months, this is what I want to accomplish, right? And 9 times out of 10, you'll get there. If not, you'll be just shy of it and you'll be like, hey, that's still pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So just change your way of thinking about that and you'll be all right.
It's the effort that you put into it, though, as well. I mean, I think sometimes we take it for granted that these things are going to fall at our feet and it's all going to work out. I think sometimes that's all fair and good saying these things, if it's for me, I'll not go past me. But you have to still work at these things. You can't expect everything just to fall at your feet. Sometimes you've got to work a wee bit harder in
Oh,
that direction to achieve the little things that come easy, you know?
well, yeah, I mean, and that's the biggest part is actually putting the effort in.
Yeah.
Like even with relationship wise, right? Here's a good relationship thought. Okay, and I'm not the guy you come to for relationship advice. Let's put that clear, okay? But the one of the most things I hear is, oh, he never talks to me about anything or never discusses anything. Well, and then he says, well, she never says anything to me. Well, here's the deal. When she starts talking, don't tell her to shut up and then say when he starts talking, don't tell him to shut up and then overtalk to him, right? Listen to each other.
Yep.
Okay, it's called effort, you know. And if they're not talking, say, hey, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about something and put the effort into actually communicating. Like set up little goals for yourselves, and it has to be both of you to set it up. We're going to talk about something every day for half an hour. Anything that we want to discuss that day for half an hour. We're not going to get mad. We're not going to tell each other. We're
Mhm.
just going to talk nice to each other half an hour every single day. And your relationship will go from 0 to hero in no time.
Yep. I think talking's one of the most important things you've got to do in a relationship. If you don't talk, then you are practically living two separate worlds.
Yeah, well, 80% of the people, they just turn each other off. One starts talking, the other one tunes them out, right?
Yep.
Either that or they start arguing. So you know what? Take the stick out of your ass. Take the stick out of your ass, toss it to the side, and actually respect your partner and talk to them like a human being. And guess what? Things will work out fine.
Yeah. I think some of the times that people, like my first partner, for example, Kerry's dad, I met him when I was 14 years of age, and then separated from him when I was 30. He was about 31, I think. He was a year older than me. And you get to the stage where you're like brother and sister. I think but after 10 year, maybe 12 year, we got to the stage where we were like best friends and then like brother and sister. So you've got to keep talking. You've got to keep like making plans and including your partner in your future plans and things, or you're basically just giving up, you know?
Yeah, pretty much. And that
Talking.
goes with everything that you do.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best paranormal person, okay? If you want to do the most that you can with paranormal, guess what? You got to put the effort in.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to put in the hours. It's not an easy thing to do, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to drive. That's why definitely my long-term drive goal for this year is starting my driving lessons. I mean, getting actually out there to drive is maybe just a wee bit too ambitious, but I'm definitely making a promise to myself that I'm starting my driving lessons at least in the next couple of months, and then I'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you'll do fine.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll do it. Well, Uncle Danny, thank you for coming up with me again. I always love our chats. It's amazing. I think that even just these shooting the breeze little videos are brilliant. So I do. So thank you for coming up with me.
Oh, thanks for having
everybody for coming. Yep.
Yeah.
So please check out Uncle Danny's channel, guys, the both of them, because it's really important to keep them encouraged, okay? Keep them thriving and keep them going on the good path that he's on. And he's doing amazing, guys. It's good to watch it. It really does. I think it gives you like hope, because a lot of people do sit back and think that's it. I've got, like my big sister, for example, she thinks that's me, I'm disabled and that's it. And she'll not push herself. So it's amazing to see yourself not give up.
Yeah, you can't give up. I mean, if you give up, you might as well throw some dirt on yourself and say goodnight. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I do not believe in that BS that you get to a certain age and you can't chase your dreams or you're done and dusted and all. Bullshit. I don't believe in that.
I'm 50 and I've just got my first job, basically, that I've ever had in my life. I've worked in wee takeaways and things for a month here or there, but realistically, I've only ever had the one job, and that was in the cake factory next to my mum for 2 years. So I love my job. I actually love the thought of bringing your own money in and looking after yourself, whereas I've never ever had that before. I've always just assumed that everybody else would look after me, if you like.
You're welcome, Sharon. You're welcome, Evie.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for coming. So I will go, and I'm going to go and speak to my sister Dobby for a little while if she's up to it.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Danny. I will speak to you soon, okay? Blessings, everybody. Bye-bye.